just take off. And we've been on the lake this summer and we've seen differences from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And to me, it's especially seems like wake boats are purposely gutting their boats. And on our pontoon, we have to turn in to be able to not be submerged by those boats starting with that big wake, and they don't turn around, they don't watch, they don't look at what they're doing. So I appreciate the latitude in doing that, and again, I appreciate everything that you do on the board, but our opinion matters, and we should not be censored.
Anybody else for public comment? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian, or Tom, go ahead.
This is my last time coming up as the president of Protect Lake Beulah. Tom Bannon Bogart, sorry, W2035 Beulah Heights Road. So I have been advised to take the high road, and I definitely am going to do that. I want to thank the town board. I've been on Protect Lake Beulah for 10 years. The staff here has been amazing those 10 years. I thank you for all that you've done for us and what you've offered to aid us in our meetings and helping to serve our mission of protecting Lake Beulah. I also want to acknowledge my board, because my board has been working very hard on this topic that we can't talk about. We've done 3 educational sessions and supported a lot of testing this last year that was over and above, and they have done an amazing job, and I want them to be recognized, and they do it because they love Lake Beulah. And we have 3 members who are going off the board. We have 4 new people who are coming on to help support the board, and these are also names that have been on this lake for over 100 years. The Hudsons, the Davenports, the Hagers, Porters, Carrie Franzine. These are people who love this lake immensely and they want to do the right thing for the lake, and they are going to be a huge asset to Protect Lake Beulah. So I urge you to work with them to do that, to protect Lake Beulah, because that is also the mission of this organization. I will say that I was very disappointed that the date of August 26th came up as the time for talking about this topic. We've been talking about it for 4 years, working on this topic. And I see August 26th as nothing more than kicking the can down the road. And I'm also disappointed, Joe, that you pulled yourself off the agenda for Protect Lake Beulah. I really felt that we were moving in a direction where we were going to begin to talk and work together. We have 275 residents that live on Lake Beulah that are part of Protect Lake Beulah that want to be heard. You said your mission is to pull this community back together and not have it be as divided. To do that, you got to get in front of people and you got to have those discussions. So I encourage you to do that. So, come to our meeting. It is this Saturday. It's at the Yacht Club from 9 to 11. Quagga mussels is a big environmental issue that a lot of lakes are facing, and that is going to be the guest topic. It's not going to be wake surfing. We also have some very, very exciting news, a new initiative that is recognizing the beautiful natural shorelines of Lake Beulah and the potential of a $25,000 grant to help us to do that. So we are very excited, and we will continue to serve our mission to do what we can to protect Lake Beulah. I'll just say there is some comments out there. I stay off of social media. I see it as a bit of a cesspool, so I refuse to get involved. But that our organization is becoming political. Our organization has one mission, and that is to protect Lake Beulah. And if it involves getting involved in local government to do that, we will get involved to do that. So I hope that we can work together and we can solve the problems of Lake Beulah and continue for it to be the treasure that it is. Thank you.
Anybody else? John?
North AD 31 Stevens Ridge Road. I want to touch base on a few subjects here. Protect Lake Beulah, in my opinion, is starting to become more political. I was I've been recording your meetings for the last several years, and the last year and a half, 2 years, they don't want me recording their meetings. So you need to be transparent if you wanna protect the lake, if you wanna bring everybody together. Maybe you should record the meetings yourself and put them up on your own website. That would be a great idea, because then I wouldn't have to do it. But I like to have a record of everything that's going on here. I've got the last 5 years plus on my YouTube channel, and it's free, everything's left open, you can go in, take copies, do whatever you want, I don't care. But I believe in being transparent, I believe everybody should have a right to the information. And when their group votes twice to tell me that I shouldn't record their stuff, and then they don't record their stuff for the community, well, how the hell are you being transparent? You're not. Okay, so I want to touch base briefly on what Richard Faust spoke about. I'm a member of the Lake Beulah Bass Fishing Tournament, and I see all the fish, the nice fish they catch, and they release them back into the lake. And I did see that picture that was shown in the packet there. The picture is on the internet. It's out there for anyone to see if they're a member of that group. I don't think there was any malicious intent with the picture, but the picture's out there in public. So I'm just putting it out there for 2 cents. The town, and I wanna touch base on the comment about you're being sequestered, or you're being muffled, or you're not being able to speak. There's a procedure in order to get an ordinance put on the books, and it requires the town board to have a public hearing, it requires the DNR, which they have 150 days to come up with their standing on the town's proposed ordinance, and then it takes another proposed meeting after that, a hearing after that. So there's a long drawn out process to this, and people are saying they're being stymied, we can't speak, we can't talk. You're gonna have your chance to talk at the public hearing that's specifically covering the subject we're gonna talk about. But if you come up here every month and talk about it, you're really just stirring the mud in the pond, and you're not getting to the facts. You need to get everyone to show up for the public hearing, you need to let the public have their whole input put in, then the draft needs to get sent over to the DNR. The DNR gets their 150 days to chew on it and figure out what they like or don't like about it, then you have to have another public hearing after that, then you move forward with doing something. We need to do something, we can't let the wakeboards run wild, wakeboard boats run wild, and I have noticed I spend a considerable amount of time on the lake, and I am noticing that most of the wake enhanced boats, when they're in wake enhanced mode, are in the deeper bodies of the lake right now. I don't see them cutting across the flats that much anymore. I'm not saying they're not doing it, but I don't see it like I saw it a couple years ago. So I think if we all stop this ankle biting at each other, and the organization, Lake Beulah Management District, they're the ones that got all this hyper-vigilant lawsuit crap going on. They sued the town initially, now they're suing the county. So maybe Management District should put the lawyers in park, they're neutral, and let's get back down to being neighbors and not at each other's throats constantly. It's getting sickening.
Anybody else? Go right ahead.
Jerry Franzine, W1530 South Shore Drive. I just want to announce to everyone that PLB does have the last meeting on a new YouTube channel, so take a look. They've
Thank
recorded it themselves and it's there.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. We'll move on. Okay, now we're at the part of the agenda where the EPW, Todd Shield,